Here's the 3 phases of creation. You start out with fantasy. Consider that you're acting. You're an actor. You become the actor, and you act, in your own mind. You can be doing this in a crowded subway, and you see yourself in that role. You see yourself actually doing it. Okay? You build the fantasy. Now, just play with that. You might fool around with that for a week or two. Just keep, until you start to become familiar with going there. And you'll find you can go there in a millisecond just like that. Now, keep this in mind. As you're building that fantasy, you're tucking it into cells in your brain. Well, now, you've got the fantasy. Now what you want to do, you've got to put it in print. How do you do that? Well, you've got to take it and you've got to activate another intellectual factor. See, the intellectual factor of imagination was used to build the fantasy. Now you're going to theory. Now you activate the reasoning factor. And you start to change this from fantasy into something that's intellectual. It's real in your mind. And you start to describe it. You start to put it in words. And each word represents a picture. So what you're doing is you're painting your picture now in words. That's what a book is. It's a picture painted in words. And the second you say, I'm able, I'm willing, and I'm able, and I'm going to do it, boom, it becomes a goal. You're going to be taking the goal and you're going to plant it in the garden of the mind. That part of you is a part of everything. That's the infinite side of you. And get this, it operates one way. It is totally deductive. In other words, it does not have the ability to change anything. Exactly what you plant, that's what you're going to get. Now, when you plant it there and you understand this, that's when it begins to move into form and becomes a fact. So you go from fantasy to theory to fact. Now, when you do that, you're in the position to build bigger and better fantasies. So you're always growing and moving to a higher plane. That is the creative process.